Alright, the objective for this video is that students will be able to identify adjacent, vertical, complementary, and supplementary angles. Let's get started. So this video is going to explore adjacent angles, linear pairs, and vertical angles. The directions say, tell whether angle 7 and angle 8 in each figure are only adjacent, are adjacent and form a linear pair, or are not adjacent. Number 1. So as I look at the figure, I see angle 7 and angle 8. Now, I know they're a linear pair and adjacent because they share this ray right here. Now, when I'm trying to figure out whether two angles are adjacent, I try to see if they share a fence. They're kind of like next door neighbors, right? So angle 7 and angle 8 in this figure, they share this fence right here, and the fence happens to be a ray. So I'm going to say on number 1 that these two angles, angle 7 and angle 8, are not only adjacent, and I'm going to abbreviate it ADJ, but they are also a linear pair. Number 2, angle 7 and angle 8. They for sure are adjacent because they share this wall right here. They share this fence. But are they a linear pair? No. They're not a linear pair because linear pairs have to form a line or 180 degrees or a straight angle. And this for sure, these two together are not, they do not form a straight angle. So number 2 is only adjacent. And again, I'm abbreviating adjacent ADJ. Number 3, here's angle 7 and here's angle 8. Now, I'm going to say they're not adjacent because they don't share a wall or fence at all. The fence for 7 is right here. The fence for 8 is right here. They do share a common vertex, but that's it. They don't share a wall. So remember, in order for us to call them adjacent, not only must they share a common vertex, but they also must share a common side. So on number 3, I'm going to say not adjacent. Okay, let's move down to number 4. Number 4 says, tell whether the indicated angles are only adjacent, are adjacent and form a linear pair, or are not adjacent. Okay, so number 4 says they want us to look at angle 5 and angle 4. So let's find it in the diagram. Here's angle 5 and here's angle 4. They're for sure next door neighbors because they share this wall right here, or this ray. They also share a vertex. Are they a linear pair? No, I have to say they're not a linear pair because if I were to add this one to that one, it would not form a straight angle or a straight line. So they're only next door neighbors or only adjacent. Number 5, they want us to look at angle 1 and angle 4. So here's angle 1 and here's angle 4. They for sure share this common vertex, but do they share a wall or a fence? No, they do not. So since they don't share a wall or a fence, they cannot be adjacent. Alright? So they are not adjacent. Number 6, they want us to look at angle 2 and angle 3. So here's angle 2 and here's angle 3. Well, they're for sure next door neighbors because they share this fence right here, so that makes them adjacent. Are they a linear pair? I have to say yes, because if I were to turn my page and look at angle 2 and angle 3, here's 2 and 3, they form together a straight line or a straight angle or 180 degrees, right? So on number 6, I'm going to say angle 2 and angle 3, not only are they adjacent, but they also form a linear pair. Okay. Number 7. Name each of the following. Okay, number 7 wants us to name a vertical angle. So a pair of vertical angles. Alright? So let's look at the picture and let's find a pair of vertical angles. A pair of vertical angles I see is number 5 and number 2. Now, vertical angles, they're not adjacent. They have to be across the street from each other, right? They have to be across the street. So number 5 and number 2 are across the street. They share a vertex, but that's the only thing they share. So a pair of vertical angles would be number 5, or angle 5, and angle 2. Another pair of vertical angles, I would have to say, is angle 1 and angle 6, because they share this vertex, but they're across from each other, like across the street from each other. All right, so they have to be vertical angles, have to be across the street from each other. So another pair would be angle 1 and angle 6. Well, what about 3 and 4? Well, 3 and 4 are next door neighbors. They are not across the street from each other. The reason we know they're next door neighbors is because they share this fence right here. So we cannot call them vertical angles. All right. Number 8, a linear pair. One possible answer for this one, a linear pair, would be angle 5 and angle 1. Okay, they're a possible linear pair, so angle 1 and angle 5. Another possible pair would be angle 5 and angle 6, because they're next to each other, they're adjacent, and they form a linear pair. So we're going to say angle 5 and angle 6. Okay. Also, we can say angle 1 and angle 2. Okay, they're right here. So not only are they adjacent, but they also form a linear pair. And my last possible answer would be angle 6 and angle 2. Okay, number 9. An angle adjacent to angle 4. Remember, adjacent means next door neighbors. They have to share a fence and a vertex. So here's angle 4. My adjacent angle would be angle 3.